Years ago, before I started this business, I worked at a kennel, and people would come to that kennel and they would let their dogs kind of jump out of the car and run up and run into the office and run into the back where the dogs were. The dogs knew where to go, which I was never a fan of, and this is why I always recommend using leashes to avoid problems like this one. On this particular day, a guy pulls up and he lets his dog jump out of the car and run up the driveway and run into the office and run into the back where the kennel is. Standing in the office was a lady with two dogs, big dogs. One was a pit bull mix. And as soon as that other dog opened the door with his nose and ran in, this pit bull mix grabbed a hold of him by the neck and would not let go. The owner runs inside. The lady that had the two other dogs are screaming. They're trying to pull them apart. My mom is in the office and she kind of is staying calm, but she's a little panicked, and the parents are trying to get them apart. They're screaming. The dog that got grabbed by the neck is screaming and making noise, and I hear all this commotion because I'm in the back working with the dog, so I hear all this commotion. I start to make my way towards the office, and it sounded like they were laughing and kind of, it was kind of loud, and I didn't think anything of it until I got closer. And I opened the door and I realized what was going on. So then I walk in really calmly, like John Travolta in Saturday Night Fever. I kind of walk in kind of cool, calm and collected with my head up, and I walk over to the dogs, and my mom's looking at me like, oh crap. And the parents are screaming, the dog's screaming, it's a big commotion, chaos. And I calmly get down on one knee and I grab that pit bull mix right by the you-know-what, and I squeeze and I twist really hard, and his jaws fly open. The dog that got grabbed a hold of backs off and runs to the back of the kennel. The parent goes and checks his dog to make sure his dog was okay. The dog that got grabbed a hold of had no bite marks, no scratches. He was perfectly okay. The parents were a little worked up, and my mom and everybody was looking at me because they didn't see what I did, and they were looking at me like, what the hell did you do? Because they just saw that I put my hand on the dog, so they thought I had some kind of magical powers or something. So I told them what I did, and they were a little too worked up to think anything of it. But later on down the line, they kind of laughed about it, and because of what I did. It ended up good with no problems, but it was really scary for the parents. And in any situation with our dogs, or any situation at all, staying calm is key. If you stay calm,